what was our day? What was your day? What'd you do today?
What was my day?
My day was working on RCs. It was awesome.
Oh, I bet.
I don't get to do that very often.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get them all ready? Did you get your trucks and tractors all ready for pulling? Oh yeah, that's right.
It's canceled.
Yeah. No, it's a good day, you know.
Got the sprint car ready to go, and
Pulled out the Camaro.
it was awesome.
Get some finishing touches on it. Got to cut the bottom of the skirt off and clean up the wheel wells.
Got the sprint ready to go, and we are ready to do this.
I think so.
Let's do this.
All right, buddy. I'm ready. Got your, you want an anti-coronavirus?
Anti-coronavirus.
You sure?
Oh, here we are. I guess we're on.
We're doing it.
We're
Let's
on.
do this.
Hey everybody, Dewey and Jesse here. We're going to do a special short SMS series podcast. Why? Because first race is this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's getting canceled. It's pandemonium, so let's settle that down right now.
So we want to let everybody know that, first of all, yes, we are racing this Saturday. I've been talking with Charlie McDowell, the owner of All Star Speedway and Hobby Store up there, and he is good to go. I feel we're good to go. Understand what's going on out there right now in the world. It's an ever-changing world.
It is.
Lord, do we know that based on where we work at. However, we wanted to assure everybody that as of today, as of this podcast, we are racing this Saturday. And however, we do understand that if there's some, if you have personal reasons and you feel you don't want to race because of what's going on, we understand that. You have to apply your common sense to what's going on right now out there, and just be smart about it.
Right.
You gotta be smart.
And remember, well, I just coughed.
Yeah,
And remember, you still have a drop. So if you miss this one, it's not end all be all.
It is not. I mean, and of course, if you're sick, we don't want you to come. If you're sick, we don't want you to come there. Be a good citizen and stay at home.
Right.
It is an indoor facility. We understand the social
distancing,
and obviously that's not going to happen when you're sitting two at a 6-foot table.
Right.
And we understand that, and it is indoors, and that's we don't think there's going to be 50 plus people, and don't take that as a way to be a small car count. Most people have 2 cars, so if there's 50 people, that's a 100 car count, 100 plus car count. But we ask you just to be smart about what you do, make your own decisions. There's nothing with that's going to be challenging or not challenging with it. Again, if you got comments or questions about this Saturday, feel free to message the track or something, and I'll get back with you. If something changes in that we will definitely update everybody. Keep in mind, All Star Speedway is 88 miles southwest of St. Louis.
Yeah.
So it is. Everybody uses St. Louis as kind of a geographical where it's located at.
Right.
But it's 88 miles southwest of St. Louis, so we are not near St. Louis by no means. But we want to update everybody. Do what you think is right. We are racing Saturday for the Show Me State Series first race. If something changes between now and then, we'll definitely come back up on social media and update everybody.
Yeah.
Feel good about that?
I do. I'm ready to do it. I think it's going to be a good show.
Just be smart.
Yeah. Use your common sense, like you said. If you're not feeling good, don't come.
Yep. So now with that said, we got that out of the way. That being the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the schedule. So on Friday. They're since most people may not have been to this track,
Right.
They're going to have open practice. So from 5 to 9 p.m. They're going to have practice. It's $10 unlimited. So no matter how many cars you got, it is $10, 5 to 9 p.m. Their Friday night practice. And if you go there and you get yourself set up in your pits, you don't have to take your stuff out that night. If you don't want to, you can leave your pit set up. you're good to go.
That's a nice thing about an indoor track, is that you
It
can
is.
set up and leave it there overnight, you know?
It is, and you don't have to haul stuff in and out twice,
Yeah.
you know, and, so there you can do, if you do a practice, you got yourself all set up for the next day, you're not in a rush to get there. And then plus that night, you can, get yourself all registered for the next day too. So
Yeah.
you can avoid that. So that takes us to Saturday. So, Saturday's practice, or Saturday, not practice, I'm sorry. Doors open at 9 o'clock in the morning. And hot laps start at noon, and racing starts at 3 p.m. So a couple things to understand, it is a small track, so hot laps isn't a free-for-all where you go out there and throw your car on the track. They can only be about, and we don't want anybody to break during practice, obviously, so it's,
Right,
they usually put about 4 cars out there, you know, maybe 5, for hot laps. It's controlled hot laps. They'll probably run multiple 2 to 3 minute rounds, you know, for hot laps, and then you'll get back, you get back out there again, you know. So it's gonna be a controlled, so it's not a free for all hot laps because you just can't have that many cars in the track.
right,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
everybody's breaking.
Like you said, you don't want people to break for the race.
Yeah, and then, of course, everybody was asking me, it's an indoor track, why'd you do a 3 p.m. start? Well, the 3 p.m. start was based on, we have some people that participate in the series from last year, and we wanted to make sure, you know, we didn't exclude them, especially if they're driving 4, 5, maybe 6 hours.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was a choice whether or not they do we make it to where they have to get up really super early in the morning and force them to drive there that morning with an earlier start, and then they have the way to, you know, it's not so late when they get home.
Right.
Or do you make it to the point where if they don't want to come, they can't come for the Friday night practice, is that they have ample time in the morning to get there on Saturday because Friday isn't available, and then they could choose whether to try to still make that drive at night or get a hotel that night.
Right.
You know, so it was a call. I didn't make everybody happy, but it was, as a racer, I took it into consideration that I would have rather had time in the morning to get there instead of trying to get up at 3 o'clock and drive dangerously,
Sure.
you know, and then let me spend the night after I race.
You're not gonna make everybody happy.
I'm not, you know, but that's the reason behind the 3 p.m. start time on Saturday, and it was for the long drive. I mean, that's how we did it
Yeah.
right there. So
Good to me.
so that's Friday's practice schedule, Saturday's schedule right there, and I'm not even paying. Are we paying attention to the questions? I don't know.
Charlie says we have a few tables available. If you'd like, bring one.
Yep. So they are. So they have a lot of.
You know, bring your tables, chairs, extension cords. Bring everything you would normally bring to a race.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, keep in mind that people do have permanent pits in there. You know,
Mhm.
but Charlie's already, I saw posted. They're saying, you know, if you're not racing, you may have to get your stuff out just for this event.
Right.
You know, and if you are a local racer and you're racing there, let them know, and your stuff will be good to go.
Yeah.
You know, and that's understandable. You know, so bring your tables and chairs just like you would.
Right.
You know, it's gonna fill up. You know,
Yeah,
we anticipate to fill up, and I don't think there's not gonna be anybody not have any room in there. You know, and Dan and I have raced up there, and there was, I think, 60, 70 entries at one time we went
Yeah.
up there first night. You know. And there was still space.
Yeah.
You know, there was still space for you to set up tables.
We'll
Actually,
make room.
60, 70 entries and no one had to set up a table.
Yeah.
And we brought our stuff, but you know, Charlie gave us a table, which was really nice. Sat right by, matter of fact, sat right by Charlie, which was good the first night, but it wasn't good the second time.
No.
No, because he was competing against me, you know, and so it's kind of like, you know, said, look, can't have that, you know. So
Look at my stuff.
yeah, got your sport, your new body. Right
Oh
there.
yeah, I love this thing. This is
A little throwback.
it's a little throwback of a 1970 Rebel machine that John Baxter did up for me. It's on the shark body.
It is looking nice.
I like it.
A little bit of memories
I'm
there.
almost afraid to race it.
Unfortunately, we're not running street stocks at this weekend.
Yeah.
But the classes that we are running. So the classes we're running: short course mod, sponsored by 5-7 Designs; short course B mod, sponsored by All Star Speedway; Outlaw Sprint, sponsored by Custom Works. I'm probably going way too fast for our producer right now.
It's alright.
You know, and Wingless, sponsored by DE.
You got nimble fingers.
GE Racing, yeah. And Midwest Mod, sponsored by McAllister. You know, so those are all our sponsors for this year's 2020 SMS series, and we're pretty excited about having them. Our support class is open late model that they're running up there. That's what Charlie wanted to run up there in his track.
Yep.
So open late model. So man, a wide variety of classes right there.
Yeah. I'm super pumped.
I think
Ready.
I'm really excited about it. So speaking of that, then we're into the timing system. So the timing system is iLapse, okay? And you know, if you don't have an iLapse system, have no worries. So they rent them for $10, or an SMS special. So this is an SMS special price, $25 to buy it. We're racing there twice.
Right.
You know, so I mean, so that is a SMS special price only for on Saturday or Friday and Saturday. I think they regularly sell those things for like $40.
Yeah, and I heard it's a great track, so I mean, why not buy it and go back when they're running normal operations?
Oh,
you know, you've already got it. So.
You know, Dan and I went out there a couple times. It definitely is going to be on my winter
Yeah.
travel schedule. Learned a lot out there, especially with my car and stuff, and I'm definitely going to be it's on my winter. It'll be on my winter schedule. So it's located in Frederickstown. You know, it's not quite in Frederickstown, but that's the address. As Dan and I learned a couple of times, the hard way. It's on Highway H. So as soon as you turn on the Highway H, it's like 200 meters. You're making a left. Now, to help you guys out when you go there, it looks like you're driving into a trucking company, and that's correct. Okay, just drive in there. The track building sits way in the back. You know, so you just drive in there. You're going to drive in about a good 400 or 500 meters, and just follow the road up to the back, and you'll see the building. You know, and you'll see the signs there. But yeah, when you pull in there, it looks like a trucking company. It is a trucking company. That's what Charlie owns, the trucking company. And then just follow that road back, and you'll drive right back to the building. No worries there, should be easy to find. Another great thing, concession stands are always fun to talk about.
Yes.
Yes, so the All-Star is going to have smoked meat.
I like smoked meat.
Yep. I don't know what meat, but
I
it's
don't
going to be
care.
smoked.
Yeah.
It's going to be smoked. So Charlie told me that
Anything
he's gonna
that's
have-
smoked is good.
He's going to have smoked meat there at the concession stand, so you got stuff plenty to eat right there. And boy, we got a lot of comments. Is somebody watching that right there?
No, I'm kind of
So
keeping
Charlie's
track.
got, we're about 15 miles north of Farmington, Missouri.
No, there's a case in Fredericktown.
Is it Frederickstown? There is one. Oh yeah, there's a town, there's a gas station, there's a McDonald's, you know, in Frederickstown. However, if you're coming from like we do, you drive through Farmington first and something to pick up there, and by the time you're done, man, it's an awesome barbecue place before you get to the track.
That's what you told me. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
you got lost.
Then we got lost, you know, but we ate well when we got found. But yeah, great place. Charlie says they got 15 transponders available for sale, but he has several to rent. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, guys.
14, Charlie, mark me down.
Yep. And, Eddie Gaines out there loving smoked meat. Eddie Gaines, I think he's a ride. I think if you get him off by himself and give him some smoked meat and a couple beers, I think Eddie'd be like, wow. Hotels, I know myself, I'm staying in Farmington. There's only like one-ish something available in Frederickstown, you know, but all the name brands are in Farmington. And if you're coming from, you know, north down there, northwest or so, you're going to drive through Farmington first, and that's where I'm staying. Dan Stanton, are you staying?
Yep.
Yeah, staying. We're all staying in Farmington because you drive through to get there, and you're going to drive through on the way back. You know, so that's where we're hanging out at, and that covers kind of Friday, Saturday schedule, concession stand classes, support class, open late model again. Now, one of the great things that Charlie did was, and I shared it, you know, on many pages, was he gave everybody some heads up about tires.
Oh yeah, that was great
You know,
information.
tires,
That was awesome.
Tires is
Awesome.
as we've learned there, tires is, as most any tracks, tires is everything. But what do you do on a track that you've never been to?
I've never heard of a track owner giving out advice like that.
Yeah, I mean, right up front.
That's a good idea.
So-
Thank you.
So to cover it down, I had to write it down, put the spectacles on. So short course mod, the mod vehicles, the mod chassis, DE works great, or Banditos is what he shared. That's what works great. The buggy chassis, as he said, it was in his post, was a little more challenging. So when the track is basically getting some grip into it, is what he kind of put in 2 categories. Starting to get some grip into it. It's clay, but the track, I will tell you here, it has a mind of its own. I think it's alive.
I've heard that.
You know,
Quite a few times.
because it shows you a face, as I say,
Mm-hmm.
and you think, oh, we're starting to rubber up. You know, I gotta
Yeah.
start changing. And that first time I was there, and in the mains, it went back the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah, it just you thought it was gonna get more grip in it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Then the second time we were there, it said, yeah, I'm gonna give you some grip tonight. You know, so
Tune up some tires.
choose some tires, burn some tires at that night. So, if the track is starting to kind of grip up a little bit, they mentioned about half pin tires, Hoosiers, Positrons, Electrons, and a clay tire is what they recommend on the buggies. If it starts to get slick with no grip, use rebars, slide jobs, hole shots, sprinters were tires they recommended to use up there. Remember, it's open tire, open tire, it's open foam. You know, so you can find that post on our page, Outlaw Lane RC Racetrack page. We shared it on the SMS. You can go to All Star Speedway and Hobbies on their page. You can find that post by Charlie that he's put out there, trying to get everybody some heads up about what to bring. Of course, you don't bring the kitchen sink anyway. So
Yeah, and that, that just makes for better racing. If you got somebody who's got tires that they don't, or they've never been there, and they've got 5 different sets of tires, and they're trying this and trying that.
Yeah.
It just
Well, the great
Yeah,
thing
it's
about
good.
the heads up is you know what tires to prep.
yeah.
That's the key, is that if you know what tires, you got a kind of idea what tires are run there, then this gives you an opportunity to prep the tires, get them ready for that
Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you kind of show up with the kitchen sink, but you really get the prep it in, and we all know that's important too,
Right.
And speaking of prep, and the coronavirus itself, by the end of the day, you're full of tire dope. And if that
Yeah.
don't kill every virus in the world, I don't know what will.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
take some of your tire dope, kind of rub it up around your nose and stuff, and hell, you're good. We should probably call the CDC about tire dope being a cure of all, because I know it cures a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
Good old tire dope. So great information there by Charlie on the heads up on the tires, and kind of give you an idea of what you think you want to run, what you might want to bring. I see a lot of people is talking about transponders. I think Charlie's getting all the information, getting a good count. Appreciate that, everybody. As a track owner, I know that is vital information that the track would love to get. See, David Burlingame, obviously.
Hey, there's Tom Lachard.
Tom Lachard.
What's up, Tom Lachard?
Okay, so Charlie's saying if you would send him a message on Facebook, if you want me to hold the transponder, so
There you
he'll
go.
remember.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, see, Charlie's a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in Pennsylvania right now, and he's going down to Louisiana, but he said he'll be there by noon on Friday.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask how he's doing that with all the rules for trucking.
Hauling
Hauling
toilet paper?
Probably hauling toilet paper. But appreciate Charlie. He's in the truck someplace right now, trying to keep up with all the responses. So go ahead and send him a message if you want a transponder, so he's got your name down. Remember, he does have a hobby shop right there at the track, and he does have several tires and other parts in stock.
That's
so
good.
there's a hobby store there that he doesn't have everything, but he has a lot of things there.
I can make some things work for about everything.
You can. You are the creator of tape and super glue.
That's right.
Master.
Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue is
Gorilla
used for
Glue.
multiple things.
To include your tires.
Yes.
Yes, they were. You won't talk about how that turned out, but
Didn't work out.
that has happened, but send Charlie a message if you need a transponder. This way he's got your name. He can pull it up quickly on his phone, and and he makes sure he's got one for you.
Yep.
And we do appreciate everybody popping up there talking about that. That gives him a heads up. So tires, let's talk about tires. So on the rules, and remind everybody, we have a web page that you can go to that you can find all the rules for outlaw lane, pulling and racing, and also for the SMS. You know, we kind of put them all right there. You see it right there.
Yep.
Right there, in our screen. Go to that web page right there, and you'll find the SMS tab, and you can pull up all the rules for this year. So everything's conveniently located for you. You just got to go there and find all the answers that you send messages to me asking. I answer them all.
But we will answer. Yes.
I do answer them all, but trust me, in the back of my mind, I'm like, just go to the webpage, bud. I made it pretty easy for you. Got a webpage out there. We set it all up. It looks pretty good. You know, put a lot of time in that webpage, and you can find probably anything you want to ask me. You'll find right there in that webpage. You know, to include tires. So one thing we talk about tires is we reiterated several times that it is open tire, which also means it's open insert. Okay.
Right.
So it's just plain and simple. It's open. You know, we don't care what color you got in there, what you do to your insert, but you can't tape or glue it in there. You know, but you can put any insert in there. You just can't tape or glue
Can't tape or glue
it. I know. I know you didn't
Come
even.
on.
I know you didn't even know how to do that. So I've seen your tires. Okay.
I tape and glue my tires.
Yes, you do. However, in the wingless class, we know that's a DE sponsored class. So you're going to have to run DE tires in that class. Again, that tire, what tire is an insert is on the web page. It is a DE tire, DER 05F1, 05R1 for the rears, and it's got the inserts that you got to have in there. So that is the only class that has a tire rule, of course. Makes sense, right? DE is tires. You should put two and two together, but you got to have those DE inserts in those tires. Everything else is open. Should be easy enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Teching, we talk about teching. You know, we try not to get overly teching. However, race number 1, I don't want you to be surprised. Yes, there will be teching. Will we be checking your wings on your sprint cars? Yes. Will we be checking batteries? Yes. Will we be checking body rules? Yes. Mods? Yes. That is, I don't want anybody to be surprised, but that will take place. We hope to have that set up in a way where it seems seamless, but you will tech before you race, and then we'll decide what we're going to tech out of the mains. Okay. But you will tech going into the racing, not just teching out of the mains, especially for this first race. So we will set that up. Hopefully we can try to get it to where it's smooth, everybody stays ahead of the race schedule, and it doesn't cause any delays in everybody getting to the racetrack there. But there will be teching. So once again, this was a SMS special that we're trying to put on. Just to get everybody updated on what's going on, especially with today's world. Yes, if you missed the beginning of the show, yes, we are racing this Saturday.
We're racing.
As of today, we're racing. We ask you to use common sense for this weekend. If you're sick, please do not come to the racetrack. If you feel you have an underlying health condition, please don't come to the racetrack. However, if you do come to the racetrack, understand that we are not going to meet the 3-foot
Distancing, social distancing.
Social distancing. Okay, or 6 foot. I'm sorry, we're at 6 foot now. 6 foot social distancing. I can't even. That's why I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
We're not going to meet that.
Makes you think I can say. I can't even spell social.
Well, you're doing a better job than mine
Okay.
right now. So that is what's going to. We can't meet that, guys and gals. All right. So if you plan to come and watch because you travel with your racer, maybe you want to hear about how it was when he or she comes home. You know, because it's just more people, putting more people into that facility.
Yeah.
All right. So use your common sense for this Saturday. We are racing. Bring your hand sanitizer if you're lucky ones to have some. You know, Bring hand sanitizer.
Or toilet paper you can trade.
Or that's a good one. I might throw a couple extra rolls in the old car, I think, right now. All right, and so we definitely. Who's running tech? Tire guy Jesse? No.
Yeah.
I am running tech. John, I am doing tech this year. Yes, I'm doing tech. Yeah, and so that's who's doing tech. With that said, again, just use common sense for this weekend. We are racing again Fridays practice, 5 to 9 p.m. $10, unlimited cars, and yeah, even if you don't. Yeah, Friday's practice is for the SMS race. Then Saturday, doors open at 9 a.m., hot laps at noon, race at 3 p.m. Can't wait, so excited. I am just like.
Before we go, I gotta give a big shout out to our new Outlaw Lane photographer, to Miss Lisa.
Miss Lisa, that's right.
Yep. She'll be out there taking lots of pictures and film, and so make sure you check out the YouTube page afterwards. There should be a lot of good stuff on there. I'm excited. We just spent a lot of money on a camera.
Yes, and I thought you said you're excited about the YouTube page.
Yes.
Yeah, the YouTube page I'm excited about. I'm glad you're excited about how much that camera stuff costs.
Yeah.
You know, but we plan on having. I'm glad you said that. We plan on having a lot of pictures taken, a lot of videos taken and posted. We're going to try to post pictures as the event's happening.
Right.
And then follow that up with videos and photography stuff afterwards, so you can see yourself. And however, if you told your wife was somewhere else, then you probably don't want to be in those pictures.
Yeah.
Or at least we shouldn't tag you in those pictures.
Correct.
Anyways, you know, so not that I've learned that lesson. I
You
think
say
you've learned that lesson.
you're going fishing and you're actually out racing.
Yeah, or you were looking for furniture to surprise her. You know,
Right.
And you were racing. Anyway, that's lessons learned. So, looking forward. I don't think we got all the everything covered here on the questions. I don't think there's anything else there. Justin, Holman, thanks. Hey, good to see you again. You're always chiming in and helping out. Dan, can we move up a little bit on that? Make sure we hit any other questions that have come in. No, Shane Landis, hey, how you doing, bud? Eddie Gaines, yep, looking forward to seeing Eddie again. What's that, Charlie, is that the one with the push button? Okay. Not sure about the ones, the push button transponder thing, you know, but
Just remember, if you want a transponder, get a hold of Charlie, send him a message, and he'll have one saved.
Yeah,
He's only got like 15 for sale.
Plenty of-
There's plenty for rent.
but get
So.
send him a message so he can remember.
That's right.
Because he is in a truck right now in a different state.
Yep.
Okay, with that said, we'll shout out, we got some guys shout out too. We got Ashley right there.
Hey, Ashley.
Runs the
Hey,
bus
there's
out.
our, look at that.
There, Mark Decker.
Mark Decker.
The sponsor of the Outlaw Lane Point Series,
That's right.
Racing Point Series out there in Final Stop, Diecast, and Shane. Yep. All right. So, got any questions about this weekend? PM the track, PM SMS, send a message, ask, we'll get right back to you as fast as we can. If something changes, we will get it posted as fast as we can. And that we appreciate everybody that chimed in tonight. Got a great audience on here chiming in. Pass it to your buddies about what's going on Saturday. If anybody's got questions about what is happening, share this, get the word out. We are racing as every other RC tracks are. I haven't seen one RC event.
No, the only
Canceled.
event that shut down was the Springs.
The Springs pullers.
That's
Yeah.
because of the hotel.
Go check out on Outlaw Lane. You can see that update about the Springs out in Ohio. The hotel, based on Ohio governor, had to shut that down. Not
Not-
the NRCTPA didn't close that down.
Correct.
The hotel had to cancel that event.
Yep.
But that means July 18th, the Bandit National Poll. That's where everybody should be at.
Big one.
It's Jay Roberts. All right, guys. Thanks for joining
Thanks.
us. Appreciate it.
We'll see ya.
Stay safe.
Happy St. Patty's.